I'm going to be talking to you over the next few minutes about a very important subject when it comes to organizational transformation. It's vision. I've said previously in posts that you're either pushed by your pain or you're pulled by your vision. We're big believers in being pulled by our vision. Vision sets the context for action. Vision allows the organization to create a picture of the future and then live into that picture through every present day action. So, if you look at it that way, then vision is a big term. It's a very important term to kind of master what is the meaning of vision. Now, unfortunately, we use terms like vision, we use terms like mission, we use terms like purpose. And those terms sometimes are used interchangeably. So, if you look at some corporate statements, they say this is the mission of the corporation. That corporate statement actually is a purpose statement. It's the reason the corporation exists. It's the reason that it's in business. It distinguishes the societal need that that corporation is serving. We can spend a lot of time discussing and maybe arguing about these different terms and trying to distinguish these terms ourselves. But rather than do that, what we do with our clients is we give them a paper that was published by Harvard Business Review. It was written by James Collins, who wrote Good to Great, and Jerry Porras. It is probably the most profound paper from my point of view to distinguish vision in a very rigorous way. And what they do in that paper then is they allow you to begin to build a vision for your organization with clarity. This means that anybody in the organization can look at the vision and understand each aspect of it and what it means to their day-to-day actions. So from the point of view of Collins and Porras, vision is an overarching concept, and it has kind of two major components. One is the guiding philosophy, and the other is a tangible image. The guiding philosophy encompasses the purpose, core values, and beliefs of the organization, and the tangible image encompasses the mission and vivid description of the organization. Now, you can look at this as a story. The vision is telling a story. The story has 4 chapters. The shortest chapter is purpose. It is a very specific reason for being, and it sets forth what the organization is all about, and it sets also forth the long-term direction of the organization. If I look at NASA as an analogy, NASA's purpose is the exploration of space for the benefit of mankind. The second chapter is core values and beliefs. This chapter articulates what values and beliefs are going to govern behavior. So you can really appreciate that NASA had a core value around safety. In fact, I can remember there was a capsule fire where I think some of the astronauts were killed, and as a result of that, they shut the entire program down until they figured out a way of getting astronauts out of the capsule under emergency conditions. I think many of you can remember the shuttle disasters where maybe the core value of safety was overridden by expediency. The third chapter is mission. Now that's very specific. The mission is very specific in the sense that it has a beginning and an end. Just like NASA had the moon mission with a beginning and an end, and the mission was targeted to end within the decade. And the mission was to put astronauts on the moon and bring them back safely within the decade. And when that mission was done, another mission had to be brought into place. Finally, the longest chapter, and probably the most important chapter in some respects, is the vivid description. This describes how the company will look at the end of its mission. So if the mission is a 3-year mission or a 5-year mission or a 10-year mission, what will the company be at the end of that mission? It's as if you would be telling the story of the company to a reporter and expounding on how far the company has come, what its accomplishments were, where it's now able to go, that kind of a notion. It's a word picture of the company at the end of its mission and how it's positioned to take on another mission for the next 3, 5, 10-year period. So with that, when you have that fully articulated, you've got each element serving its own unique purpose. Purpose is about a long-term future. It's like a compass. It's a guiding star. Core values guide behavior. Mission is about specific outcomes over a time period. And the vivid description is kind of an emotional connection to the outcome when it's actually achieved. So you're, in a certain way, you're living the vivid description as if it's been achieved. You're coming from the vivid description in your day-to-day work to bring that vivid description into reality. It is the vivid description that has the power of touching the hearts and minds of the employees and engaging the employees in such a way that they will do what's necessary to bring the mission forth. So that's vision, and I think it's a very rigorous articulation of it, and I would recommend anyone to buy the Harvard Business Review article. The link is at the bottom of the blog, and read it and see how it pertains to your company, and see what the power is when you can really fully articulate a vision with these dimensions. I know that when we do this for our clients, it makes a big difference, and it shifts the thinking and it shifts the overall mood of the organization in a very positive manner. And then from there, what you do is you create the strategies to bring the mission forth. And along with the strategy, you create the specific strategic objectives.